Okay, family, I need you all to tell me how exactly are we looking? I'm still striving to give you some kind of imagery, some kind of aesthetic. So just let me know how we looking before I start talking. I want to make sure we have no compromise for the stream because it's a very important subject matter as we'll be talking about the eyes. And as we say, when speaking about the eyes, we don't want to look at people.
We went to the island.
We want to look into people. Ah, you looking good now. Ha ha. Borrow your neighbor's Wi-Fi. I heard y'all trashing me. I heard you when you trashed me. I was just working hard to give you something special. Peace to the family. What up? We in the building. Press 9 if we looking clear. Press 9 if you hear me loud and clear. Because I'm ready to go. Yo, I can do it live outside, and I'm going to do it live. I'm going to accomplish that. Welcome back, family. I'm glad you all here. For this video, of course, I'm going to tell y'all, do your best to share this video, even as we are doing it now, because it's important information. It's health. Whenever we're doing a health stream, I always suggest that people take that link, post it on your Facebook, post it on your Instagram, post it on your Twitter, share it through your phone. This is very important because we're talking about health. And not only do we need it, that's sitting here on the stream, we all need it, but we also want to make sure that the people closest to us, like probably right next to you right now watching the stream, or in a room next to you, or a phone call away, we need to find a way to get our parents to listen, our sisters, even if they listen for only 5-10 minutes, you want to find a way to get them involved with this information, because this is the information that's the difference as far as saving our lives. I got 2 spots in my left eye, so I need to hear this. Let's get it. We're going to go straight into this information today. We're going to go all the way in. But firstly, salute. Got to pat myself on the back. We got a nice new home. Bigger and better, 3 minutes away from the previous home. And I think it's important to say to the people that want to be my detractors out there, how many years are y'all gonna allow to go by being in the same position and allowing the person you're talking about to constantly keep growing upward with their family? Okay? Growing with their family. I'm growing with my family. I have shared success with my family. All right? So this is very important. I'm stressing this to you all out there because it's very easy for us to get distracted in light of being sick and not knowing it, and overindulge into an endeavor to tear other people down. And unbeknown to you, time is going by quicker than you can anticipate or recollect. And one day you find out, you know what? Oh man, I messed up. I spent all this frivolous time in conversation on something outside of myself for the purposes of destruction. Kind of destructing myself. Thank you all. Thank you all. I gave a little tour on the Facebook Live, facebook.com/Brother Polight. However, that was at a time when I wasn't even in yet. I just knew it was going to go down. And I was very excited. I was just a few bits of data away from officially locking it in. But nonetheless, I'm here. If you ordered CMOS from us, please check your email, because what I ask everybody to do is please fill out the application. Because if you are in our health course, you'll understand that we need to know your BMI. And your BMI is your body mass index. Let me do this first for you all out there, just so you understand. This is to your best advantage. Okay, we need you to fill out the application. From this point forward, when people purchase the CMOS, they should get an application simultaneously. That's what should have happened in the beginning. We didn't do that. That's our fault. But because we are checking out your BMI, your body mass index, we like to factor in the conventional, and then some of the non-conventional based on our holistic mathematics. Those of you that took the health course, you already know, but we have to take into consideration that there's people here online right now that did not take the health course, and we need them to be in alignment with the discussion for tonight. So those of you that took the health course, you understand that we deal with holistic mathematics. Very important. And with this holistic mathematics, it's a biological imperative, a holistic imperative that we factor in your height, your weight, your gender, your age, and if possible, if we can know your blood type. We then take that into account and we do our calculations so we can be able to create something to cater to your specific interests and needs. In addition to that, we would like to know if you're in an endeavor to lose weight, gain, or sustain while your body becomes more acclimated to taking the right amount of minerals that you are lacking in your day-to-day dietary regimen, because we say curriculum. Your body needs a dietary curriculum more than it needs a regimen, because we have to be re-educated about how to consume food again, when it suffices to consume food. There's times in the day where you drink water and it does absolutely nothing for you. And there's other times in the day where you drink water and it does everything for you. There are times in the day where you eat food. It really does nothing for you. And there's other times in the day where you eat food and it does a whole lot for you. Second class is this Sunday. That's correct. I'm doing this class as a warm-up and a precursor so people can understand what we've been doing in private every weekend. Last class was amazing, and I did guarantee an extra class to everybody because I want to get into the thick of things. So I really needed to break ice, so to speak, for that first class because it's so much information. And even when we do the sclerology, you're going to come to terms with why the classes are taught in the order in which they're taught in. Because with the sclerology, you're going to pinpoint the disease, and then you're going to use the herbal science via holistic mathematics to do what? Get rid of the disease. You're going to get rid of the ailments. That's what we need you to do. Okay, so keep in mind is body mass index. Fill out those applications, check your email. It's called body mass index. Okay, so Paul Thomas said his brother's in the class. I'm sure he's enjoying it. I dig it. I see you putting the information in right now, Floyd Mack. If you took the class or if you purchased the CMOS, because everybody that purchased the CMOS may not have necessarily taken the class, and that's why I'm expressing this to the free stream, to the live stream right now. But those of you that's in class, I hope you got your scales, I hope you got your calculators. I'm giving you enough time by me doing the sclerology this week to still let you get the time to purchase the herbs. Those of you that say, yo, we want the herbs and everything, get that on the site. It's definitely coming. I want to make sure we absolutely positively could accommodate for the influx of people that want to get it in preparation for class before we put it up. So it will be ready. I can tell you this, you won't have to wait later than 12 noon. You won't have to wait later than 12 noon tomorrow to see the herbs online. Definitely, the courses are always available. So you can take the real estate course right now if you go online, and you can get the 4-class accommodation where there's 1 free health class. And then you can also take the health course, which is still relatively new. We only went through 1 installment. This Sunday, we'll be doing the 2nd installment. Those of you who took the real estate class, you got that 1 free health class. And those of you who took the health class, you still have an additional free health class. Everyone that takes the health course is going to actually get a minimum of 3 classes. Those people who took the real estate course are going to get 4 classes. That's how that works. 2 of them are free. But everyone that takes the health course will get at least 1 free class. And that's because I'm so meticulous about my approach towards education that I realize I need to give more because I want everyone to understand the conversation. So again, it's called Body Mass Index. What we do, we also incorporate gender and blood type to the Body Mass Index. Very important. we should always factor in or take into consideration the geographical locale of a person, their nationality. We also factor that in as well. So if you're Guyanese, or if you're Bajan, or if your family in particular is from Nigeria, whatever the case is, we need to know all these things because it helps us create the compound where it is most beneficial to you. So again, take that term down. Those of you that's in class, we know that it is called body mass index, or pardon me, you know the word nomenclature, which are the words that ascertain to that specific genre of information. Familiarize yourself with the nomenclature of biology, the nomenclature of holistic mathematics. That's a terminology that evolved from our community, of course, but you're definitely going to need your scale. You're going to need your calculator. You're going to need all these different things. All right. So that's good that we put that out there. And those of you that took the health course, let the people know how you feel about it. Let the people know how you feel about that health course. If you like the health course, if you felt the first class, the first installment was definitely a lot of information that is very resourceful, very concentrated, please press the number 9 and also let them know how you feel about it. Thanks a lot. I'm looking good with the facial hair. All right, I might stick with it. Yeah, so you get the PowerPoint presentations. If you take the real estate course or you take the health course, you always get the PowerPoint presentations that I use. At the end of the health course, you're going to receive the book for those of you that bought the package. Thanks a lot. Nuzara said it was very resourceful. There go the 9s. Blackfish Stud family. The health course was very good. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Can't wait for Sunday. I can't wait for Sunday either. I'm fiending to get up in the building and do what I do. I believe we're scheduled to start at 3 o'clock this Sunday. So keep that in mind. We'll start at 3, and I'll make sure that a notice goes out tomorrow to remind people. Thanks a lot, Sir Shuta. Thanks a lot. Thank y'all for showing the support and letting people know. Thank you. Thank you for letting the people know. Yeah, so if you missed the first class, don't worry, because if you sign up now, you'll get the first class. It's on a private page on our website. You'll be able to watch the high definition version of it, and you'll still be able to catch the new class that's coming this Sunday. So make sure you're in the building for class this Sunday. All you have to do is go to IamBrotherPolite.com. Let's get ready to go over there, shall we? All you have to do is go to IamBrotherPolite.com, and it'll work out for you. Let's share the screen, and then we'll go into preview for class technically, even though we're going to cover so much more information. Health. So you're going to click the health tab for IamBrotherPolite.com. And of course, y'all gotta take a picture of Brother Polite, man. All right. Jimmy called me and said, "Hey, you forgot Brother Polite's speech in Los Angeles." Oh my God, I said, I have to leave. I have to come to Los Angeles because Brother Polite, as much as he means to you, he means to me. He means to all of us. We love him. I love him. Brother Polite, man. You know, man, shit, this is my brother. Brother Polite, man. Much better on the other side. Okay, so here we are with the accelerated health course. You have health course. We didn't even have to have if it wasn't taken from our indigenous lands. Unfortunately. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, this site, we getting busy on this site. I didn't even know that was gonna happen. They've been working. All right, so this is the one you want to preference because you get the health course, class 1, class 2. You get the 3rd free class, and if you took the real estate course, you get 4 classes altogether. If you just get the health course 1 and 2, You'll get the third class free, and you'll also get the book, and you'll also get the PDFs that correspond with each class that we do. So this is ideally the best package that you get the most for your money. Or you could get health course class 1 and 2. And then this one, you could just buy class 2 by itself. Okay, which is this Sunday. So this Sunday, you could just buy class 2. That's what the sclerology, studying the whites of the eyes. Or you can get 1 and 2, or you can get 1 and 2 and the actual book. All right. And we have a new book that's out. Is it on health or just books? Okay, so we have Gene Food Consistency, which is tome number 98 in the DVD. Amazing. Took place in Canada. Very good presentation. Gene Food Consistency, Meat Mythology, or Vegan Truths. It's going to be a recipe book inside of this book. You get it at the close of the actual health course. It'll go over everything there. You have the high quality stainless triple double boiler, very important because you're going to learn how to reduce a gallon or a gallon and a half of herbal solution to a pint, sometimes 2 pints. It's going to be very concentrated to be more effective than the regular use of herbs. Traditionally, people just boil the herbs, make their tea and drink it. We're taking you to a chemistry lab so you can get way more out of the herbs than most people. Here is your 95/108 sea moss. Most of us go no further than 75 minerals from our food, and that's if you're a pretty evolved vegan, if you're pretty evolved. But for the average meat eater, they get 50 to 60 minerals. For the vegetarian, they get 60 to 70. And for the vegan, they get about 70 to 75, you know, maybe lower than 70 on occasions, depending on how diverse their dietary regimen is, or their curriculum, I should say. So with the 95/108 sea moss, what you'll find is that you're getting almost every mineral that the body needs. There's a lot of talk about vitamins, but vitamins are produced from sun exposure. The minerals is the secret. Get your minerals. That's what you need for bone density. That's what you need for the brain to send neurological messages, to get the transmissions right, okay? To keep the body electric. That's what you need. So, of course, it has the sea moss in there, the bladderwracks in there, the coppadula in there, the Mirapalma in there is going to help you with potency as well. But, of course, we got the stuff that really deals with that, the GNSD formula for the females and the GNSD formula for the males. That's going to heighten your sexual potency. Okay, we got our next batch in for the next shipment of people. Forgive us with these herbs. These things are very hard to get into the country, to make them and then to ship them off to you. And to buy it in the bulk that we do, which is very expensive, and to break it down just to get it back to y'all, is very, very intense because they don't have a high demand for these types of herbs in this country. Obviously, because if there were, there'd be less disease. So please keep that in mind, family, when you order. But we will get everything to you. But this healing thing is a task, okay? And so we look good. We got the When I Had Diabetes book, of course, the triple double boiler, the classes that's here, that's being solicited. And so we thank you very, very much. Oh, and there we go. One of the new books right there. When I Cry for Help. Here's the new book. This you don't get with the course. However, you can pick up your order right now. You'll get it 5 to 10 days from now. 5 to 10 days from now. You might get it earlier, depending on who's the first people that purchase the book. The first people that purchase it, they're going to get it in real time. But however, those people who don't get it in real time, that's because you'll wait 5 to 10 days because we'll be stocking up big time. But it's When I Cry for Help. That's what you're going to get today in order to fix the condition of the human body by mastering what's in the eyes. So there's going to be page after page after page of analysis that you can take in order to acclimate yourself to how to master healing and detecting pathologies, idiopathic disorders and things of that nature. You'll be able to find these things by way of detecting what's wrong with the eye based on the markings, the red lines, the dots, the yellowy skin type of matter that's above the white, that's on the white. You'll see, we'll go over it. So When I Cry for Help, that's the newest one right there. Powerful book. First come, first serve until we have to produce them, but we'll be in massive stock 5 to 10 business days from now. But who buys it first will get it early. That's a fact.
Y'all gotta take a picture for the polite, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so that's on the IamBrotherPolite.com site. And of course, there's several other books and DVDs, new DVDs that's out. Check it out. Of course, there's the services, particularly the real estate services. We are here for you. Let's get back into our program, shall we? Let's get back into our program. Looking forward to this class. I'm excited. Love you too, K33, my doll face. I believe that is with the 3 backwards. Oh, get that GNSD formula, Floyd Mac. Get that and CMOS. Work those 2 together and you good money. Remember, Dr. Sebi was 82 years old and his last child came by way of a 28-year-old woman. Keep that in mind. Have sickle cell, don't worry about it. My wife, Raed, has sickle cell. So you see, when I put out that information and I said sickle cell is a cure, that was to give us perspective, because you have to know if something's a disorder or something's a disease. In that, you're able to fix the condition. If the disease is really an adaptive disorder, if the disease is an adaptive disorder, then that means it only came about to protect the body. Then there's a way to treat it. Sickle cell anemia is an adaptive disorder. It is a cure brought about on account to disease. There's a difference. That's how you know how to address it. Those of you who took the health course, you understand where I'm coming from. Those of you who didn't, you watched the 60-second video and said, oh man, sickle cell hurt. How dare you say it's a cure when it's a disease? I'm like, that's what you get for 60 seconds. But how about ask questions? Not like, how dare you? Well, where's your perspective coming from? And the perspective is coming from how to remedy an adaptive disorder versus how to remedy a disease. First thing you need to do if you got any lupus is to get on top of that 95/108 CMOS and double up on it. That's the first thing, because that's brought about by not even having the right amount of minerals in the body. Once you're dealing with lupus, that means you're dealing with 55 or less minerals in your diet. Okay? It's not your conventional CMOS, so keep that in mind. Thanks a lot for saying the speech was powerful. So what we're about to do, I want y'all to take a look at these slides I have right now. Slides are very important. Don't forget to share this video with the world, because the world is sharing a bunch of negativity that makes us sick. Whenever we deal with health, make it your duty to share the video to several people and encourage them to share it and process the data as well. Looking forward to class this Sunday. Walk with me, family. We're about to go into a few slides just so I can give you an idea. I'm gonna give you an idea what's going on, okay? I don't stop. Shit. So here we go. So I'm gonna give you a few slides. What's that? It's what? Yeah, CMOS is definitely first thing you want to get. You want to definitely get that. And then also what you want to do is compound interest with this. That's what you want to do, basically. Compound interest. So now what we're doing, we're dealing with sclerology. All right? And sclerology is the study of the whites of the eyes. So you want to read the whites of the eyes for our salvation. And then, of course, these are the books that we was talking about you getting a chance to get, which is When I Cry for Help, spelled E-Y-E, and then also Gene Food Consistency. Gene Food Consistency. And now what we're dealing with is let's take a look at this. Let's go into this one first. Microaneurysms. Take a look at the microaneurysm. Microaneurysms. This is what you want to do. When you look at these microaneurysms, this tells us a whole lot. What does this tell us? Well, firstly, let me go back and let me talk to y'all real quick. Let me go back and really have a good conversation with you about this. What is the conversation going to be? Well, the conversation here is going to be this. We want to know if, in fact, the brain and the heart is connected to each other. And it is. It's connected to each other by way of the vagus nervous system, the eye and the brain. And this is very important. Now, what we also have to know is what? We have to know what is the expedience of sugar when it comes to muscle. Why? Well, we need to know that in order for the muscles to do their job, they need sugar to create the energy in order that they may facilitate in ways that muscles facilitate. That's what the goal is. So what's happening now is that we have to qualify this statement by studying the human body. And we understand that your organs are actually muscles, including the heart. But the interesting thing about the heart is that it has no glyco reserves. It has no glyco reserves. So by not having no glyco reserves, what does this tell us? Or glucose, no sugar reserves. Because there's no sugar reserves, what do we learn? That the heart is a paradox. Because out of all the muscles in the body, the heart is the muscle that says, hey, we don't deal with sugar. Now, in the interesting end of things, the brain is not a muscle, but the brain requires more sugar than all of the other muscles in the body that have sugar reserves. And then now we ask, so how could the heart be a muscle and not use sugar? But the brain, how could the heart be a muscle and not use sugar? The brain not be a muscle and use sugar and ask for more sugar than the rest of all the muscles? Well, part of the answer to that is the fact that when we look at organs, we have to always understand that they have a complementary partner. So when we look at the heart, one of its greatest complements is the brain, or the brain is actually a complement of the heart. So though the heart is not using sugar per se, it's connected to the brain that requires the most sugar. So technically, the heart is inadvertently using sugar by way of the brain because of their connectivity. You have to understand that part. And they're connected to each other by way of the vagus nervous system. The reason why this is so very important is because the heart is connected to the brain and the eyes are connected to the brain. So let's say this. Let's say the brain is connected to the heart and the eyes are connected to the brain. And the darker the pigment in the eyes, the more affinity genetically a person has to sugar. So you're going to find a lot of the complexities that deal with sugar correspond with people with darker pigment in their eyes. That's a genetic affinity that is consistent with research, consistent with science. You're going to need that information later on. Nonetheless, the brain requires more sugar. The brain requires more sugar than any other muscle, which is very weird, unless you realize the brain and the heart are connected to each other. So now the conspiracy is the heart doesn't use sugar or doesn't have glyco reserves. However, the brain that's connected with it demands more sugar than everything else. And always remember that you can go brain dead, but you will not go heart dead and still live. You can go brain dead and live, but you will not go heart dead and still live. All of this is very, very important. And keep in mind, one of the other reasons why we had to do this class today is because there's a full moon going through a lunar eclipse in Leo and a comet also passing all at the same time. And we do know that the moon is responsible for giving birth or rise to a lot of the plants that have healing modalities that we need for healing. So what better night than to decide to have a class this intense on health than other on a night where there's a lunar eclipse in Leo, Team Leo, right? Keep all of that in mind. So we're going to go back into the health thing. We're going to go into the eyes, but the reason why I wanted us to understand the connection between the brain and the heart and the eyes and the brain is so we can understand why everything is being precipitated up here, because the eyes are connected to the brain and your consciousness comes from your heart. And the brain is reliant on that faculty from the heart. So if the eyes are connected to the brain is connected to the heart. And you can go brain dead and still live, but you can't go heart dead and still live. Then we can now establish the heart is the first cousin to the eyes. How about that one? The heart is the first cousin to the eyes. Think about that. The heart is the first cousin to the eyes. Think about that one. So when you're looking at someone, you're looking into their heart. You're vicariously looking into their heart. You're accessing a whole lot when you look into the eyes. And that's why when a person takes a test and they get their exam back, you see the red markers and everything on there. That tells you something went wrong. It's normally on white paper and you see a bunch of red markers on there. Oh, this is wrong. This is right. This isn't right. Well, the same thing happens with the eyes. A lot of times when you deal with the eyes and something goes wrong, the brain, which the eyes are a part of, etches something in there to let you know something's going wrong or something has gone wrong for quite some time. And then what has to happen is that these issues need to be addressed. So you get your exam results and you're supposed to look at the exam results and say, you know what, I need to fix this. And then the next time you take the exam, you should see a difference in your approach. You should see a difference in your eyes. So I hope you all are walking with me so far. Hope you all are definitely walking with me. It's about to get even more intense. But this is ground information that we need in order to go forward. Okay? So I just feel it's real important that we understand this part of the info, because we're not going to be able to go but so far if we don't establish these connections. Okay? So we're gonna do some real perusing through the eyes. Okay. And when we say sugar, there's different levels of sugar, but you know, let's call it glucose for now. Okay. And your muscles need that glucose to turn it into energy so it can do its job. Keep that in mind. Whilst at the same time, most of your muscle is made up of water. And we had our water conversation for our health course last weekend, and we're going to have a little bit more water conversation into this Sunday's health course. Not as lengthy as the one previous to this health course, but definitely necessary. Okay. So let's go ahead. What does it mean when the whites of the eyes are yellow? It means that you're more likely suffering from a liver issue. But I'll explain that. We actually have a slide to address that issue. So give us a little time and we'll get you right there. Let's go into the slides right now, actually, so we could address some of these issues. I love how USA gives me the peace of mind and the security, just like the Marines did. At one point, I did change. Okay, So let's go here. There's always so many ways to approach these things. But for now, what I want you all to do, of course, you're going to get a more advanced, accelerated version for the health course coming up this Sunday. But the reason why you want to study these things is because you got to have people right in your home, and they could be on the verge of collapse. And I'm going to give you an example. And it's right in their eyes, and you're not doing nothing to address the issue because you're not educated enough in the matter to do something in the issue. So right now, I know we are people who spoke in images. So I didn't want to saturate this picture with a bunch of words. I wanted to acclimate the viewership to these images in certain places, and then we'll fill them in with words when we take the health course this Sunday. So take a look at what's going on here. I want you to see the eye just like a clock. So this is 12 o'clock. This is 6 o'clock. This is 9 o'clock. This is 3 o'clock. And I want you to take a look at where these things fall. So when you have spinal issues, we'll find them around 7:30 into 8 o'clock, all the way into 9 o'clock. So most times someone goes through any kind of back injuries, you can actually see the injury reflected in their eye. Keep in mind, we're studying the left eye. The right eye is similar, but not exactly alike when it comes to ailments. There's going to be things that are different in the left that are different from the right during different time zones as well. So this is why we're just focusing on the left eye for tonight. Just focusing on the left eye for tonight. So we're dealing with the spine right here at 7:30, 8 o'clock, and even 9 o'clock. Notice here from 11 to 12 and 1, you're also dealing with the brain right here. So most implications that deal with the brain, you're going to find at the uppermost part of the eye. We may even have to move the lid a little bit. We have to move the lid of the left eye and see what's going on under that lid. And you'll notice that these parts of the eye ascertain to the brain. Keep that in mind. This part deals with the face. Okay. Now look, when you get to the iris or the pupil, just before the darkest part of the eye, notice on the top here and on the bottom here immediately deals with the stomach. This is the stomach. So notice where the stomach is placed. Of course, this is the pancreas. Got the kidneys. Then notice this is the large intestine, right? And just before you get to the rectum, there's a colon here. Then you have another colon over here. A different part of the colon, you have the spleen. The spleen would take place right in between this crevice where the bend is. So this would be around the spleen. This is near the 5 o'clock region of the eye. Okay. Then you have the heart. So the heart is over here. Notice you're in the 3 o'clock region. The closer you get to the darks of the eye is when you start really coming into the heart region. The lungs, you'll find a little after 2 o'clock. The liver is a little before 3 and on 3 o'clock exactly. That's what'll happen here with the liver. So when you see this part of the left eye, inflamed, red lines, or colors that you just know don't belong on your eye other than the white, you know you're in a liver region. Okay, this is the thyroid gland. Singers tend to have stress right around here, just a little below, just a little above 9 o'clock. Singers tend to go through their most stress over here in their eye. So anybody that sing, I guarantee you, if you look at the left eye, right around the 9 o'clock region, you're going to see something etched here that denotes a form of stress. This is where the thyroid gland is. Yes, they're doing things like taking some maple syrup to soothe their throat. Like if they really nurse their injuries that's created from the activity, they'll be straight. And I have to say that because it's not natural to play basketball. We may say that it's very good exercise, but to tell you the truth, it's not natural to put the body through that much strain, running up and down and jumping for such extended periods of time, and then also conditioning the body to do so for extended periods of time. So in actuality, professional sports, or people aspiring to play professional sports, or people who just love playing sports consistently, It's actually not healthy. So you'll see the strain precipitating in the eyes because the human body wasn't designed to go through that kind of strain for so long. So keep that in mind. All right, so we see the intestines here, and we see the pancreas here. We see the ear here, but of course you're in the neck region, you're in the chest region, thorax region, upper abdomen, lower abdomen, the pelvis, lower back, upper back, throat, face. So I just want you to keep these things in mind. And of course, the right eye is a little different. Okay. So you got the autonomic nerve reflex here. That's going to be in this section. That's going to be very important, but we won't deal with that at this particular moment. I just want you to get images you're very familiar with and the regions that they may be on a clock when it comes to the eye. Keep these things in mind and familiarize yourself with these body parts because it's going to be very important because pretty soon you'll be able to look at people in the eyes and you can tell what's going wrong right then and there. So let's do this one. You ever seen people have blue right around the pupil, right around the iris? This blue line is subtle, but if you look and you notice that there's blue going around this brown part, the most pigmented part of the eye. Well, what happens is this means that that person has poor circulation. Okay. It also, depending on how thick the blue line is, can mean someone's on the verge of passing out or coming close to their last years or day on earth because it's entirely too blue. So whenever you see too much blue going around the eye, it's you have to understand that there's poor circulation or the organs are shutting down and nutrients are not being passed as efficiently. Now, maybe in older age, a little more blue is permissible. But if you're seeing this 60 years and under, we need to be very careful. 60 years and under, be careful. Because this is entirely too much blue around the eye. So this denotes poor circulation, this right here, poor circulation. That's what the blue corresponds with. It also could correspond with lung issues, respiratory issues. That's what this blue here. So that's how nature designed it. Nature designed it in such a way that it means poor circulation, not enough oxygen going in the body or to the cells, or respiratory issues developing. If the line is very thin, that means respiratory issues are developing. If it gets thick but not dark in hue, then that means poor circulation. So you want to keep all these things in mind. Very important. But this is not it. Now you see this little yellow type of look right here on the eye. You got people that have this little subtle yellow right on the eye, like almost like a plaque on the eye. Well, that means that there's liver issues. So when you see, and someone asked about it, someone said, I got a patch of yellow kind of on the eye. That means there's a liver issue taking place. And if it's not a liver issue, we'll be able to look at another part of the eye because one organ always cosigns the other. So what we would do to make sure it's not a spleen issue, we will go into the spleen area around 5 o'clock and we'll see if there's anything brewing. If you don't see nothing around 5 o'clock on the eye, where the spleen is at, to let us know that, oh, a person's having a problem filtering the toxins out of the blood. If you don't see the spleen co-signing this yellow on the eye, then what this means is that this is a liver issue. So when you look at your friends or you look at your family, you need to say, oh man, wow, my friend or my family is suffering from liver issues. And this is the liver issue actually getting out of control because it's kind of spreading. It's too big. Hopefully you got like a little yellow dot. Hopefully it's about half the size of the first notch of your pinky. But if it's the same size of the notch on your pinky, then you have to be careful. Because now we have to figure out how intense is this liver issue. So I hope you guys are taking special note of that as well. That is a huge issue. Pardon me. That's a huge issue. But I want to make sure I could possibly see your comments while I deal with this as well. Okay. Just wanted to take a look at some of these comments so I could factor it into the conversation. So yeah, then of course you see these red lines, which is a whole nother conversation. But understand, these red lines have to be addressed. We got to address these red lines. And then now, just right now, what I want y'all to do, because this isn't exactly the course, but this is an opening. So when you take the course, you can say, okay, I'm in place. I got some familiarity. I'm not walking into the course blind. I got an idea what's going to take on, what's going to happen in the course. So get yourself acclimated to understand this is the brain over here, where the spleen is over there. So just acclimate yourselves to that. Okay. And now we also can find that there may be a diabetic issue going on. How do we know that? Because when we zoom in more on this eye, and in real life, you won't have to get a magnifying lens. But what this is called is microaneurysms, right? And aneurysms is when the arteries are swelling up or inflamed, okay? And that you do not want. It impedes on blood flow. And it also denotes the compromising aspect of the pancreas as far as metabolism is concerned and the ability to produce insulin. When you see the eyes and you see a cluster of thick red dots in a network of red lines all interconnected with each other, this means microaneurysms. If it looks like this, if it looks like this, or if it looks like this, anytime you see a network of nerves, especially forming circles, and then there's these thick red dots, you may say, man, nah, eyes always look like this. So no, a lot of people are sick. It's not supposed to look like this. When you see this network, and it's very sophisticated, you see the shape that's forming, it's like it's on the cusp of the iris. This would be a dark brown. This would be around the iris that has blue around it, but it's normally on the cusp of the pupil, on the cusp of the iris. And when you see this thick network of red lines and red dots, that cluster, it tells you that a person is already having strokes and they probably don't even realize it. And if this is not addressed, they will have the strokes they do realize they have. And the type of strokes where they wind up losing some of their mental faculty. So what I suggest is you go to your parents, you take a look at them, take a look at their left eye, because we're studying the left eye right now, and you see if you see any clusters of red dots interconnected with a network of red lines, all in one, forming a trail around the pupil. Because if you see that, chances are that person's already having mild strokes, and you can have strokes and not even realize it because you can misinterpret the symptoms for a stroke as for something else. So you want to be careful. You want to check your children because your child could be suffering from strokes, because people think strokes are exclusive to grown adults and older people, because we wait until a person really gets hit severely to say they got a stroke. And you know, strokes are no joke, because once you get one, you can mess around, forget how to walk, lack the ability to walk. It can impede on your ability to speak. You can lose a whole lot when dealing with stroke. So these are signs for microaneurysms, and this normally shows in someone that has diabetes, whether they're a confirmed case of diabetes or not. You normally see this development in people who have diabetes, who now have microaneurysms taking place, because one disease deserves another. So I hope everybody's walking with me on that. Of course, this book right here is going to go over everything in way more detail. When I Cry for Help. Okay, you have to thank Aminette. She really puts these things together. I tell her the ideas and she really puts it down so we can grasp the concept a whole lot. But when I cry for help, I mean, that's just official, because that's what the body is doing. It's telling you the signs through the eyes so you can know what's taking place. And of course, Gene Food Consistency, Meat Mythology, or Vegan Truths is going to help you learn how to mix the herbs together. This book is The Remedy. So this is tome number 98, and this is tome number 99. I always said once I get to that 100th book, I need to make sure I'm where my heart really is at. My heart is always on health and wealth, but one is not precipitated without the other. It's like magnetism and electricity. You never find one without the other. Where there's electricity, there's magnetism. Where there's magnetism, there's electricity. People talk about being successful. I don't feel you can be successful if you're not healthy. A big part of health is success, because you can be sick being around people that's not vibrating on the same mental level you're vibrating on, or being in neighborhoods that are dissatisfying. So after a while, health and wealth run concurrent, because no matter how much you do of one, you need the other. So yeah, I hope you took a good look at these. These are real good examples. So that's why I took these ones here. And later on, we're going to be able to dig into this. You look at it now and say, I don't know how the heck I'm going to look at this and figure this out. But you'll figure this out. Once you got a mastery of this, everything's going to make sense when we go here. So that's going to be the iridology. So we're going to take the time out. We're going to really get to the iridology of things. So don't worry about it. We'll be there. We'll get it. We'll make it happen. So we're going to keep going on, and we're going to work our way into the program. So yeah, the two of these things run concurrent, but you can't have true success unless you have your health. Don't let nobody fool you. Don't let nobody fool you. Okay. And of course, you have too much mucus in the body. If you see cold in your eyes, if you're still waking up with cold in your eyes, it means you have too much mucus and your body's pushing it out when you finally stop moving around. And it's rushing to shovel that stuff out of your body, because you're probably eating things that produce it more than you need, because your body produces mucus when it suffices. So the last thing you need to do is eat food that produces mucus. That's the last thing you need to do. So again, I just wanted to give y'all a touch of what's going to take place tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow, Sunday. Going to be an awesome class. Yeah. This is why I wrote this shit. It's scary and interesting at the same damn time. On the real, it is. Definitely is. Oh, no problem, Shelly. It definitely is. It definitely is scary, especially when that answers is right in front of our eyes, because we actually know how to pinpoint where the disease is. And we actually can tell what's wrong with the organ. We can tell what part of the body is in duress and what's the next part of the body that's going to go, and the next part of the body that's going to go. Because that's how it works. One thing doesn't just get affected. All of these body parts have male and female principles. So they have mates. They have lovers. So when one thing goes wrong, it affects the relationship that it has with the other one. And so that one has cousins. And that's why I said first cousin when I was talking about the heart's relationship with the brain and the brain's relationship with the eyes, and how we can now look at the eyes and the heart and say, we understand each other now, because the eyes are connected to the brain and the brain is connected to the heart. And the paradox is, when you really get into the thick of things, is that muscles need sugar. Muscles need sugar. Okay? So you get into when you get into the thick of things, you realize, man, but the heart is a muscle, but it don't use sugar, or it has no sugar reserves. But then the brain is not a muscle, and it demands more sugar than the muscles, that obviously have sugar reserves, but then the heart is connected to the brain. Makes perfect sense now. Makes perfect sense. And now we say then the heart and the eyes are first cousins then. That's what we really should say. Because it has a mutual relationship, or the brain has a mutual relationship, or is the medium between the heart and the eyes. And we know consciousness now is precipitated by way of the heart. And that's why in ancient Egypt, the word ib, which is for heart, means mind, mental, or intellect. And that's why on the scale of my eye, at the hall of judgment, though we see the heart, we understand it's the mind of a person being weighed against the feather. And the heart is just a metaphor for magnetism, as the feather is a metaphor for electricity, like static electricity. Because we understand plasma, that which the universe and matter has its inception in, can only come about by way of electromagnetivity. So all is mental, and from the mind springboards matter. So you need electricity and you need matter to create plasma, which is that which everything comes from. So the heart represents mind, but the heart also represents magnetism, and the feather represents electricity. So you have electric and magnetism, electromagnetic properties brought about by way of the mind, because wherever there's magnetism, there's electricity, and wherever there's electricity, there's magnetism. So when you weigh your heart against the feather, you are weighing your mind. You're weighing the magnetic properties of the mind against the electricity of the world. And together that creates or manifests that which others can now no longer speculate upon, but detect. That which others can calculate. That which others can perceive. So the mind is magnetic. You think of it, and the next thing you know, it can wind up happening. The electricity is the conduit for the magnetic mind. Take those things into consideration. Whatever's affecting that heart, it's going to show up in the eyes. And that's why kale is so very important, because kale is high in vitamin K, which is extremely good for the eyes. Extremely good for the eyes. I hope this is making sense. The health course is going to be nuts, baby, because that's when I'm going to be in my bag. You know, we're going to have fun. I love this information because it saves my life. You know, people want to talk to me about how much money I saved or this, that, and the third to get where I had to go. But when I tell them, oh, no, you got to get the health right. You got to take these ginger shots every day and put cayenne pepper on the whole face of the ginger shot, the ginger that you juice with key lime and ginger, juice them. Put cayenne pepper on top, coat it with cayenne pepper, knock that out. I do that in the mornings. That's my coffee. Activate the body. And those of y'all that took the health course, you know what you should have been drinking this whole week. And if you didn't, start doing it tonight. Make sure you do it every single morning, because I want to know how you feel. Y'all know that formula you're supposed to use with the activated charcoal, the red salt, the pink salt, the key lime, the water. Y'all know what you're supposed to do. Sweeten it if you need to with the stevia. You can't find that, maple syrup, grade B. Y'all know what y'all supposed to do. I've been drinking cayenne water. Great. And whatever combination you have, take it. But if you can get all those things together, perfect. Perfect. Yes, red kale is the highest in vitamin K and iron fluoride. Very important, especially for those people that have anemia and maybe struggling with feeling cold when other people are not cold, struggling with feeling fatigued when there's really nothing that took place for you to be tired. Red kale. See, that's the curriculum. If you are suffering from anemia, why are you trying to follow the dietary regimen that is suggested to all people if all people don't have anemia? You understand what I'm saying? This is why we deal with body mass index. This is why we want to know your gender, why we want to know your height, why we want to know your age, why we want to know your weight, why we want to know your blood type. We want to know as much about you as possible. So when we create our compounds, like the sea moss that deals with all those minerals, we can give it to you in the right proportion based on the data that we have accumulated about you. We want to create these things to cater to you. You go to IamBrotherPolite.com. When you order that sea moss, you will get an application so we can understand what needs to be done. Because if this was a classroom where there's curriculums, right? If this was a classroom, we would understand all the children can't learn at the same exact time at the same rate. We would know that. You know why we would know that? That's why you have after school. That's why you have tutors. That's why sometimes your parents got to help you out. That's why sometimes you just got to devote yourself to study a little bit more than other people when it comes to certain subjects. Some subjects you get real good, some subjects you don't get that good. Well, with the body, some problems you have, other problems you don't have, other people have. Some problems you do have, other people don't have those problems. This is what you're dealing with. Activated charcoal with red salt. That's right. That's your coffee for the vegan, for the vegetarian, and for the aspiring neophyte in the holistic mathematics paradigm. You need those. Definitely. I agree. We need to hire people within the community with credentials. Yes. Burdock is very good. I agree with that. Burdock is a very powerful herb. Why pay for class if you're just going to give it away for free? Well, class gives me the opportunity to know that the people sitting there are actually going to take notes and for the most part apply this to the best of their ability. And it inspires me. So yeah, in the live stream, you may feel like I'm giving out a bunch of information because I am giving out a bunch of information. However, for those courses, I get to do a lot more. And also keep in mind, at some point, there has to be some compensation because it takes a lot of hours out of my time. Because those of you that notice, I give my all. I put a lot of time, energy, and effort into what we're doing. A lot of time, energy, and effort. Yeah, the first class definitely was lit. Be careful with the honey because a lot of it is hybridized these days. So be very, very careful. And if this honey, make it be raw. And in certain grades, maybe for class, I'll show you some of the companies or the brands that you should use. Honey is very good. But unfortunately, there's so much fake stuff taking place today. It gets tricky. Yes, we do online classes. All you have to do is go to IamBrotherPolite.com. We do the online classes every Sunday. You did the real estate course. You can book the real estate course. You'll get the 4 classes that deal with tax lien, tax deed, due diligence, UCC filings, and the first installment of the 3 to 4 class health course. Get that health course. Yeah, Sister Nubian Debbie, just send me an email at brotherpolite45@gmail.com and we'll talk. Yeah, Jalon, that makes sense, man. You've been studying. That makes sense, my brother. That's a good look. Get that health course. That's at IamBrotherPolite.com. Let's go there for the people that's asking. Let's go there. Of course, we're going to discover the things. We're not only going to talk about the herbs that help stimulate us sexually, we have to also talk about how to identify what's going wrong. We have to identify where to look at in the eyes to let us know what we need to focus on. Because you could just take a herb that's just good for you because the herb is good for you. So you hear the herb is good for you. Well, most herbs are good for you. especially the alkaline ones and the ones that you learn not to mix with each other. Herbs in general are good for you. But which good herb do you take to cater to you specifically? I'm showing you how to make that so you can do more for yourself. A $1,500 package that is very good for somebody else. Symptoms as you, but have been brought about by different means. I hope you understand what I'm saying. We got to use logic when we're dealing with health. Spend the money to deal with the symptoms to other people. Not solve the problem because another problem may get the same type of symptoms. You understand what I'm saying? Spirulina is dope. You get a lot out of spirulina, but we don't rock with it too much. You definitely get a lot out of it. Eye twitching and eye jumping normally tells you that there's something going wrong with your genitalia. Something's going on with your sexual organs. Okay, just to put that out there. Something's going on. Doesn't mean you're impotent. Could mean you're en route. It can mean you're not impotent. Going on with your genitalia, your womb, your prostate. In those areas. It is bad to eat too much of the same herb, but you have to find out how much is too much. And the way that you're going to find out how much is too much is by joining the health course so we can show you how to make a body mass index assessment. Because too much for you is too little for somebody else. There's no standardized amount that you can take, that someone else can take, that it suffices for both of you to take at the same exact time. Body mass index is an estimation, but it's an estimation that's going to bring us closer to the truth so we know what to do with you. No doubt, I'm answering the questions as I see them. That morning drink and it's awesome. That's what's up. Now you see, I could have bottled the drink up, knowing it won't spoil, and sell it to you. But it's not that deep. When we take those health courses, I told you, when we discussed it, he said he wanted to do workshops so people can be more empowered to do things themselves, so the price of the herbs wouldn't impact them as much. Do a lot of the work themselves, the labor, shipping and packaging, prices, because now you can pretty much be making these things yourself. That's why you need to take the health course. It'll save you in the long run, and you'll save your other family members, because now look in their eyes, know what's going wrong, take the herbs, get your food scale, got a mastery of body mass index, idealistically, how much calories they should be taking. Understanding that 2,000 calories does not cater to the Black genome, and that we belong somewhere between 1,250 and 1,500, because we understand that our body produces calories at a way more efficient manner than that of the likes of others, because we understand the liver is used to produce calories, and that which is requisite to the liver being able to produce calories is vitamin D, which we get from sun exposure. And if people are not entitled to the sun, like some other people are entitled to the sun, then their 2,000 calorie based diet doesn't correspond with us as a people, because we get more sun, which means we get the sufficient amount of vitamin D because we don't have to hide from the sun, which means the liver is able to produce the calories that is necessary. And if that's the case, we don't have the same basic calorie intake. Our calorie intake should be lesser because our body produces calories faster. Our body produces calories faster because we get enough vitamin D. Okay. How to cleanse the body from smoking cigarettes. That's a question I'm definitely going to answer for this health course coming up this Sunday, because the sclera definitely shows what's going on with the lungs. We're going to detect what part of smoking has implicated you, so we can tell you what to do. Smoking impacts us in different ways. And the way it may impact one smoker, first, it will impact a different smoker, second, and impact them differently on the first instance. So all that really means is you can wind up having inflammation of the bronchioles. You can wind up having the conventional respiratory issues brought about from smoking. You can have the plaque that's in the lungs. And it's no standard to how the respiratory part of your body gets afflicted. Like, it's never in order. Like, okay, everyone that smokes, the plaque is going to build up first. And the plaque is going to precipitate the disease that's going to, in turn, compound interest elsewhere. No. There's so many chemicals that your body is sensitive to that cigarettes is filled with, over 400 in number, coupled with the sugar that's inside of the cigarettes that may produce the plum syrup, that's inside of the cigarettes that makes you addictive. The cigarettes affect people differently or impact them differently based on the smoker, based on how much they smoke, based on the body mass index of that person, the height, the weight, the gender, the blood type, the age, the nationality. That I want to get you into the specifics. I want you to look into those eyes and say, this is what's wrong right in this region. So, oh, okay, these are the herbs that correspond with it. The reason why the sea moss in general is great, because it's addressing the whole body. Simultaneously, one of the best things that you got, sea moss mixed with bladderwrack, mixed with the burdock, mixed with papadula, and an assortment of the herbs. And when we put it in the right proportion based on your body mass index, you just won't lose. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, mucoid plaque is something that you get, especially in the intestines. The intestines, when they start being spread and spread and spread. You know me, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, sisters who bring about the women's class, that could come up. Yeah, we'll have the milk thistle on the site. It's just the trusted source to get the herbs is why it's been taking so long, because I need it from the brothers and the sisters that I know are not compromising the herbs, so you can get the best benefits. So if I was a savage, I'd have had these herbs I keep talking about 2-3 weeks ago. But I'm not a savage, because I want you all to be able to say, yo, the information coupled with the herbs and the compounds, I'm on. I care about what I'm doing. I work very hard to get into the position where I can have this conversation with the family. But the herbs will definitely be there, because a great bulk of them came. I wanted everything so you can mix them the way you need to mix them. But I'm going to release them because I know people are eager to make sure they definitely have it. Because when we do the third class, you're going to need that triple baller. You're going to need that scale. You're going to need those herbs. Of course, your calculator. It's going to be, that third class going to be a doozy. You can take the sea moss to gain weight. Just when you purchase the sea moss, let us know that you intend to gain weight when you fill out the application. Trying to figure out what to take while conceiving. Well, so long as you're not making that baby 2 weeks from now, we will be discussing what's safe for a sister that's conceiving to consume. Okay, we don't want to play games with these corny herbs and these things that they're telling you is sarsaparilla. I told y'all before, sarsaparilla is this thick. You could break it and chew the flesh from the inside of the sarsaparilla. Real talk. Not the little tiny shrubs looking like tree branches that you can just break with your finger. Sarsaparilla don't just break like that. If you get around the real sarsaparilla, you'll be like, whoa. Peanut butter and jelly good. Come on, family. You know, we had that in the projects. It ain't no damn good. That was right next to the grape drink. Cut it out. Definitely peanut butter. I know you like peanuts, but peanuts no good. Hybrid, very acidic, and produces mucus. Be careful. Okay? Take your time. Acupuncture, nothing wrong with acupuncture. Pretty good. Apple cider vinegar is pretty much fungus. It has its benefits. I won't lie to you, but you want to leave that alone because it's not the type of fungus that you want. Yeah, everyone sells those twigs. You know that. Okay. All right, family. So it's been dope. I still have boxes in the house. I have no furniture. I won't have furniture until sometime this week, but I told my family, you know what it is. So long as you have carpet, you have furniture. Carpet is your sofa bed, your love seat, your recliner, your blow-up bed. It's all of that in one. So long as you got carpet, you got furniture. So I'm down. But I thank y'all so much for joining us. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Let me show you how. Thank you a lot for joining us. Oh, y'all wouldn't be in the mix.
I won't be on it.
I didn't even know y'all was here. Show you how we getting down. Hey. Wow, look at that. Nice gigantic TV on the wall. What's up, boo? Yeah, but we're gonna go harder. I don't think. Oh,
whoa,
sorry. Yeah. I don't think they realized how big this TV really was. How gigantic this TV really was. Now they stop. Just playing around, just playing around, just playing around, playing around, playing around, playing around, playing around. Said I'm playing. But yeah, definitely come through. Definitely come through, family. Remember, the time you put in to tear someone down is the time you could have put in to build yourself up. Number one rule in health: love yourself and love others like you wish to be loved. You know that. Oh, you know the video game is going to be next. Bunkers. Myopia. We'll address that. You know, you're about to keep me on the stream. Made a gallon of activated water. You told us about health course and it started smelling funny. Is that all right? What the hell did you put in that activated water? Yeah, all you got to do is look at where the eye curves and you can tell how to look at that person. So we say left eye and it has that curvature right there, then you know how to read it. So when we say 6 and 3 o'clock, when we say 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, oh, pardon me, when we say 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock, you'll be straight. Yes, I heard of noni juice. Yeah, walnut, definitely good. Has some anti-cancer agents and is also good for potency. Walnuts is pretty good. Most potatoes are completely bad for you. Starting from the skin. T-Mac, what up, bro? I just seen that. What's up, man? You gotta come to the new spot, brother. I hope that's the T-Mac I think it is. T-Mac, is that the T-Mac I think it is? I think that's my man. Trying to see if T-Mac respond. Come on, T-Mac, speak to me. Talk to me, brother. About to text you to see if that's you. Oh, okay, cool. That is you. That is you. All right. Oh, now I see a text from you. Now I see a text from you. That's funny. All right, man. I'm gonna hit you up. Crazy. I had to look online to see that he got a text. Word up. All right, family. So I appreciate you. Let's get the let's do this real quick. Let's give thanks for another powerful stream. Be sure to share this with the family that definitely needs it, because we know our world needs the healing. Again, you can click the health link at IamBrotherPolite.com. And of course, when you click that health link, you have the options to take the health course. This is for the class for this Sunday. However, you can get the first class, the second class, the book, and the PDFs, and the additional class that comes with this course. So it's actually 3 classes, 4 if you took the real estate course or you intend on taking the real estate course. The real estate course is still available. All right, family, keep that in mind. So if you click services, you see the classes over here too. Child support remedies, the 4 package pay-per-view online course. This is the real estate course right here. You can take the classes separately, but we advise you take all 4 classes. You really could establish yourself as a master when it comes to the law and the rules of engagement when it comes to real estate. And yeah, we're going to have a sovereignty class. We're going to have that. We're going to deal with the sovereignty.
Y'all gotta take a picture for the polite, man. All right.
We'll be announcing the credit workshop. We'll be announcing that this coming week. The credit building workshop is going to be amazing. So I thank you again. Thank you so much for logging on. And I hate to sign out, but I still got to connect with the family. Again, it's IamBrotherPolite.com. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, brother_polite, POLIJHT, pride, optimism, love, integrity, gallant, honesty, and trust. Come here, baby girl. Let's say bye to the family.
Peace.
There you go. You like the new home?
Yeah.
Is it bigger and better?
Yep.
That's all we strive to do. I know that's mommy calling. Tell her we're about to close out on the stream. And then come back and close out with me. Where you go? Hurry up, baby. Yeah, tell her we're about to finish.
We're about to finish.
I know mommy's all over America. Turn my head. I know she's running around doing something. Okay, so is Ma'at Hotep Atumre happy with the new home?
Yep.
What do you like about the new home?
There's space. I could do my thing, dance.
Oh, yeah, she loves to dance, do her thing. What else you like? Do you like the sauna, the pool, the jacuzzi? What do you like? What do you like?
I like the pool because it goes up.
Let them know. You like the pool?
Yep, and I also like the gym because it's big, got a lot of space, and you can also do some yoga.
Yeah, my baby like yoga. This girl is just somewhere else. She's just totally different from these other children. Man. Her wants, her likes, her desires, her aspirations. She's into dancing. She's into yoga. She's joined 2 book clubs. She's trying to read 2 books at the same time to stay ahead of the game while managing her dancing and doing her yoga. And now getting ready to do more commercials. Celebrity baby right here. So humble too.
Always busy.
Always busy, right?
Always find something to do.
That's right. Nothing wrong with that, baby. You are amazing.
Thank you.
So long as Daddy's making you happy, hey, maybe we could do a movie or something. You want to go movie tonight?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my girl. That's what we definitely are like. We love to watch movie after movie after movie. We don't get enough. We don't get enough. All right, so let's tell them Iluvu.
Iluvu.
Perpetual success, family. They love you, baby. Let's see some of the nice comments they write. Yep, Iluvu spelled right, Dre Scoop. Yeah, they said you should have
channel.
Yeah, that's right. You saw it? They
Yeah.
should make you a channel to inspire other children. You and I was looking at the same thing.
What?
And we talking to the people about to close out. Hold on, let me see what kind of crazy face you done did. Let me see, because it's probably coming up right now. Little goofy self. Very lucky girl. She was just telling everyone what she like about the new home. There you go. It has a delayed response, so we was waiting to see the goofy behavior. But I was just asking her if she wanted to go to the movies, since we got a movie across the street from us and another movie over there. Movies that give us reclining chairs. You can push the button, order with the food that you want off the iPad, blankets and pillows. It's like you're trying to move in damn near when you're in there.
It'd be so hard not to fall asleep sometimes.
What you like about the new home, baby? Come on, Renente, talk to us.
Oh, me?
Talk to them.
Come on.
What's up, them? Well, this spot is more like a little resort. The other one was more like a hotel. So it feels more like home because we spent a lot of years living in a resort. Resorts. So yeah.
What do you like the most?
The most, I would say, I don't know yet. We just moved in. Like, give me a chance. We moved in yesterday. I said, like, I'm very high on everything right now. So, and we got the emotions of loving it all. I love everything so much. It's just like,
I, for one,
yet.
I like the sauna because anywhere where it's warm, that's where I'm at. I like the heat rocks. I like to be where it's nice and warm.
You like the jacuzzi too.
Yeah, the
I
jacuzzi.
know what I like the best. My bathroom.
Oh, she likes her bathroom.
My bathroom.
Okay, no doubt. Thank you, family. Thank you. Mwah.
My room is nice.
Renentet and Ma'at Hotep Atumre. Ma'at.
Daddy.
Thank you for listening to us share this priceless info. So with that, I say thank you, and we are going to sign off. Y'all are the best. So are we. And together, we're just better. Peace. Love you all.
You, Gavin.
I am BrotherPolite.com, and definitely I'll be looking forward to seeing you at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 6 p.m. East Coast Time. That's what I have to say. 3 p.m. Yes, Renentet.
214.
Renentet 214. RENENTET. Renentet 214.
Follow me.
Follow her. She's a master. Her classes are coming. She's staying at acting school. That's for sure.
I got class tomorrow.
You know, we got to make it happen. So long as they are happy, then we are succeeding. Iluvu.